Summer N, the very first Dark-type sync pair, Dark-type striker that we're getting since Fall Hilbert, who came out last October. It's been a very long time. Is he worth your gems, or are you better off skipping? In this video, we are going to discuss that. So with that said, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment if you're interested in scouting for him. Let's do this! Yo yo yo, this is Sol, also known as Spielgum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, the artist Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX. Guys, in this video we are going to discuss mainly about Summer N and Zoroark, and he is actually the first out of the 4 units that have been data mined in this update. He is followed by Summer Hilda, who's coming out 2 days after. And then on July 14, we have Dojo Gloria. And on July 16, we will have Cygnus with Corinna. And if you're interested in learning more about them overall, you can go check out my July Sync Pairs, Who to Scout For video. But in this video, we're going to mostly discuss about Summer N. And I will not be repeating everything I said in my video, so check that out if you haven't. And by the way, hit the thumbs up for, you know, the info and stuff. Share this to your friends who are basically on the fence of scouting for Summer N or not. Yes, it's been a while since we got a Dark-type striker. Is he good or not? That is the question. If you see this background image, congratulations, you have successfully scouted for Summer N and Zoroark, who is coming, if you're watching this as a premiere, later. And as you might know, seasonals have 2 routes where you can take. First is the non-paid route, where the first 3 multiples will give you 3 Strike Move Candy coins. And the paid route, which you can use 20,200 paid gems to get 1 sure copy of Summer N and Zoroark. But either way, you will have to use gems. And is he worth it? Well, here we go. If you look at his stats, you can see over here that he has a very high special attack stat at 448. His HP stat is quite on the low side at 581. Very high speed stat, not too bad. Attack stat is ignored because he's a special attacker. And he has 2 different attacks. First is a 4 move gauge Night Daze, which has a 40% chance of lowering the target's accuracy. It hits a single opponent. Strong dark type attack. The other one is Snarl, a 2 move gauge dark type attack, which hits everyone and lowers everyone's special attack stat. So in terms of move gauge management, not too bad. If you are still waiting for your move gauge to charge up, you can just use Snarl rather than using Night Daze. In fact, I would use Night Daze mostly just once. He has a couple of multipliers that have to deal with lowering the opponent's accuracy. So as long as you're able to lower the opponent's accuracy -1, those multipliers take effect immediately. So mostly I will be using him for Night Daze just once, and then I'll be using Snarl most of the time to, you know, AoE dark type damage, like how our dark types are working right now. For example, Mask Royale and the Sydney both have, okay, I forgot the thing again. Breaking, no, it's not Breaking Swipe. I forgot, who cares? But anyway, AoE attack rather than a single target, especially in Champion Stadium, where you get to have different opponents. If you focus on the center too much, the others, the left and right side, eventually will hit you with AoE attacks, and that's a problem if you defeat the center first rather than the sides. But anyway, guys, you have Dire Hit Plus. You can use this twice to maximize your critical hit rate, as well as Vivid Illusion, which maximizes your special attack immediately, as well as raises your evasiveness +2. And then, as typical, for a striker, you don't exactly get a lot of multipliers, node multipliers for Defender of Dreamstark Beam. But then, every single time you use your sync move, you will get a super effective up next effect, as well as a sync freebie, which gives you a free move next effect. So at the start of the battle, enter with full HP, you get a super effective up next effect. This is how I would use him. First attack, or rather, first thing I will do enter the battle is either Vivid Illusion or Dark Hit Plus. Raise my stats. Then I will have a super effective up next because I enter the battle with full HP. I will use Night Daze on the opponent. After Night Daze, I will be using Snarl, Snarl, Snarl. Use a sync move using him. Get myself a super effective up next as well as a free move next. Use Night Daze. And then go for Snarl once again. And so on and so forth. So that's how I would be using him. And as you can see, these are the passive skills again of Summer N. And for the sync grid, these are the tiles which I'm gonna skip because I have discussed this. Let us just move on and see if we can actually get which of these tiles. So at 1 out of 5, this is, by the way, STDK12's tool. So thank you, STDK12, for this one. As you can see over here, at 1 out of 5, you can get practically everything except one tile. I decided to skip on speed plus 5 because I think that it's not that necessary. I mean, he's pretty fast. I'd rather get Dauntless and others rather than speed plus 5. So 1 out of 5 technically can get everything except 1. 2 out of 5, well, you have a choice whether to go for Night Daze or Snarl. And as you can see over here at the bottom left part of the screen, Snarl has a multiplier, super duper effective 9. Why? You know, I mean, I'd rather get the multipliers, the move that has the multipliers. So I'm getting Snarl super duper effective 9. If the opponent is weak to dark type attacks, then my Snarl will become much stronger. And I'm gonna still use Night Daze, like just to lower the opponent's accuracy by 1 or something. But then at 2 out of 5, you do not exactly get the multipliers for lowered opponent's accuracy. So that's optional. I'd rather use Snarl. So at 2 out of 5, I would go for a Snarl build. At 3 out of 5, kind of a lot of options. This one is for sync nuking. I got 2 sync nuke tiles. I got Devastation, I got Obscuring Sync 5, and as I said, Obscuring Sync 5, just lower the opponent's accuracy -1. This will trigger. And I got a Q Cutter too over here because I think this is one of the best things from him. 30% chance of reducing the user's sync move countdown if the opponent attacks Zoroark and the opponent misses. Now, his trainer move allows him to raise his evasiveness by 2. By getting this, I can only raise my evasiveness to +2. So probably if I want to do this, I would pair him up with some other sync pairs that can help me raise my evasiveness. Or I'll be focusing on Night Daze, lowering the opponent's accuracy and hopefully getting hit by an AoE attack and evading that hit. Something like that. Q Cutter 2 is optional and I can remove it and change it to something else. But for the meantime, I'm putting Q Cutter 2 here. Second option is to go for a Snarl and Snarl attack build. So I got Snarl super duper effective 9 over there at the bottom. I got Furious Brain, which will trigger immediately upon using my trainer move Vivid Illusions, which the higher my special attack stat is, the stronger my attack is gonna be. So Snarl not only will be almost doubled in damage because of super duper effective 9, but Furious Brain will make it even stronger. And then as long as I'm able to lower the opponent's accuracy, Obscuring Power 3 will increase my damage by around 30%. So that's a good thing. And then one last build is for the Night Daze build, which again, as you can see over here, I go for Furious Brain, I go for Obscuring Power 3, and then I went for a Night Daze on a roll 1, which doubles the chances of lowering the opponent's accuracy. So Night Days, 40% chance of lowering the opponent's accuracy. By getting on a roll 1, it's 80% instead of 40%. And honestly, I want to get Q Cutter too, but I tried and it's just difficult to get, you know, his grid is pretty expensive. So there's gotta be a way to get Q Cutter 2 and probably Night Days something. But then the trainer move, well, I have to rely on some other sync pair to raise my evasiveness, I think, in that case. But those are some sync grid options. And now let's go back to our slides, which, yeah, these are the, whatchamacallit, comparing the 4 sync pairs that we will be having. Summer End, as you can see over here, again, has the lowest HP, lowest defense, lowest special defense, but the highest special attack stat. And he's the only sync pair that actually uses special attack stat. He's the second fastest among all the other sync pairs. And nothing else much to say here, except let's just look at the multipliers right now, which he has quite a lot of multipliers. Let's just enumerate them one by one. Furious Brain, higher special attack stat, the stronger the damage. Obscuring Power 3, lower the opponent's accuracy -1. Increases your damage by around 30%. Snarl, super duper effective 9 as long as the opponent is weak to dark type. Snarl will almost double in damage. Super duper effective, or super effective up next, will be triggered at the start of the battle if you enter with full HP or if you use a sync move. And then Devastation, the lower the opponent's special attack stat is, which you can lower by using Snarl, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. Obscuring Sync 5, if the opponent has -1 accuracy or lower, doubles or rather multiplies your sync move by around 50% damage. And then super effective up next, as we have discussed earlier. Now, those are the others for the rest, but we are not going to discuss that. Now, time for a nice comparison with other sync pairs. Summer End is a dark type striker, and I have decided to compare him with the 2 other dark type strikers that we have. Now, Karen gets a 6-star EX form, as well as Fall Hilbert. Those are the 3 dark type strikers that we have. Now, we have other strong dark type attackers, but I've decided to include just 2 of them. 2 of the best dark type well, not exactly free to play, but scoutable spotlight scouts that we have in the game, and those are Sydney and the Mask Royal. And if we compare them, Karen actually has the lowest HP, surprisingly at 572, and Fall Hilbert has the highest HP out of everyone. In terms of attack stats, Sydney has the highest attack. Karen has the lowest attack, but yeah, Karen actually uses both attack and special attack. Karen has the lowest attack stat. In terms of defense, Fall Hilbert has the lowest defense, and Karen and the Mask Royal have equal defense stats. In terms of special attack, Summer End has higher special attack than Karen when she or her Pokemon Mega evolves. And by the way, this is Karen and Houndoom, not Karen and the other Pokemon. Which, Mightyena, was it? No, it's not Mightyena. Who is the other Pokemon? I don't wanna think right now. It's 5-something AM. And in terms of special defense, the lowest is Fall Hilbert with the highest one by Mask Royal. Highest speed belongs to Karen, and the lowest speed belongs to the Mask Royal. But stats aren't everything, and now we compare the multipliers, as you can see over here. Let me just hide myself right now so that you can have a nicer look at these. So, Fall Hilbert, Gritty 5 if you're inflicted by a status condition, stronger damage. Insult to injury, The lower the opponent's defense stat, the stronger the damage. Ramming speed, the higher your speed stat is, the stronger the damage. Super duper effective one. You should know that. Haymaker, the stronger your attack stat is, the stronger the damage. Dark Pulse overpower. If you use Dark Pulse, the lower the opponent's special attack stat is, the stronger your Dark Pulse will become. Dirty Fighting 5, I think, is poison, frozen, asleep, and paralysis. And Foul Fighting is flinching, trap, or confuse, or is it the other way around? Meanwhile, Sydney, Brutal Swing, Critical Strike 5, you should know that. Critical Strike 3, Night Slash, Critical Strike 3. Super effective up next, you should know that. Meanwhile, Sydney has Confusion multipliers. Catastrophe 5, as long as your attack or sync move is a critical hit, stronger damage. Fuzzy Strike 2, confuse the opponent, stronger damage, super effective up next. Meanwhile, the Mask Royal, Bob and Weave, the higher your evasiveness is, the stronger the damage. Insult to Injury, the lower the opponent's defense stat is, the stronger the damage. Power Posture, the lower the opponent's attack stat is, the stronger the damage. Power Reserves 5, when you're low on HP, stronger damage. Ramming Speed, the higher your speed stat is, the stronger the damage. And built-in, higher speed stat. Dominating Sync 5, the lower the opponent's, or rather, if the opponent has lowered attack stat like -1, 50% stronger sync move damage. And Pecking Order, the lower the opponent's attack stat is, the stronger the damage. Now, these computations, by the way, Jack, sadly, who does my computations, has quit the game, he said, and now I have to do the computations on my own. So, these computations, let me just explain, have to deal with everyone 6-star EX, so everyone's 6-star EX stats, Tech Sync pairs having Tech multipliers 1.5 damage, Dark Zone is active in these computations, and then all sync grid tiles are active. That is impossible to do. It's impossible to fill up the sync grid, but in this computation that I've been following their formula since the beginning, all sync grid tiles are active. So, these are the numbers. Here we go. Fall Hilbert has the highest attack stat, followed by Karen, followed by Summer N, followed by Mass Royal, and followed by Sydney, as you can see over here. Meanwhile, in terms of sync nuking, the highest one actually belongs to the Mask Royal with 23 million something, followed by Sydney, 21 million something, followed by Summer N, 9 million something, followed by Fall Hilbert, 8 million something, then Karen, 3 million something. Now, probably it's not fair to compare sync nuke damage because Tech, Strike. And as you might know, Tech sync pairs are known to sync nuke the opponent. If you use a sync move using Tech sync pairs, they only hit one opponent. Meanwhile, if you use Strikers, 6-star EX, to use a sync move, you hit all opponents. So take note of that as well. And just in case you're complaining why Fall Hilbert has this amount of damage, well, take note of these multipliers. I tried this and it is impossible to get Gritty 5, Super Duper Effective 1, Insult to Injury, and Ramming Speed at the same time. So, you can safely assume that the damage of Fall Hilbert will not be that high. In terms of Karen, it's also hard to have the opponent poison, flinching, or confuse. I think Karen can flinch the opponent, can poison the opponent. So it's a little bit hard to trigger the multipliers using Karen. Then you have to lower the opponent's special attack stat. The lower the opponent's special attack stat is, Dark Pulse will become stronger. And you have to Mega Evolve first, because only Mega Houndoom has Dark Pulse. Before Mega Evolving, you do not have Dark Pulse. And then in terms of Sydney, very easy multipliers actually. You just have to land critical hits and mostly the multipliers will be there. In terms of the Mask Royal, Bob and Weave, you have to raise your evasiveness, you have to lower the opponent's attack stat, you have to lower the opponent's defense stat. Quite difficult to achieve. Summer N, you have to use one trainer move, maximize your special attack immediately, Fierce Brain, maximum damage. Use Night Days, successfully lower the opponent's accuracy, Obscuring Powers 3, active. Snarl, super duper effective 9, as long as the opponent is weak to dark type attacks, active. Easy to trigger. Super effective up next will be triggered once you use a sync move. Then, Devastation at the bottom. As long as you have lowered the opponent's special attack stat, that's by using Snarl. Snarl, the lower the opponent's special attack stat is, the stronger. Obscuring Sync 5, lower the opponent's accuracy, trigger immediately. Super effective up next. Very easy to trigger multipliers for Summer N. Fall Hilbert, not too difficult with Haymaker. Every single time you kill off an opponent, you get to raise your attack stat. Plus, I think he can raise his attack stat on his own. Sydney, also quite easy. You just have to confuse the opponent, which is pretty simple to do. And land critical hits, pretty easy. The Mask Royal, lower the opponent's attack stat, which is also simple to do. But Pecking Order, the lower the opponent's attack stat is, have to kind of work on a process. So Devastation and Pecking Order, a little bit of process. Haymaker, a little bit of increasing your attack stat. Sydney, so far, is the easiest to trigger in terms of sync nuking, as well as the attack move multipliers. And I think the second easiest is Summer N. The rest are a little bit difficult to set up. So that is what kind of makes Summer N a little bit ahead of the rest, except Sydney probably. But then Sydney's attack max damage, I changed it. Before it was DPS, now I changed it to max damage just to clarify everything. And it's easy to trigger with Summer N. And in terms of sync nuking, he's the strongest out of the strikers, of the dark type strikers, in terms of nuking the opponent, but cannot compare to the tech sync pairs that we have right now. Now, let us talk about the strongest attack moves, dark type attack moves, which if we sort this is what it looks like. With Fall Hilbert taking the lead, but then again, if you consider that you cannot get every single tile in the grid, Fall Hilbert will go down a couple of ranks. So that's that, guys. Cygnus with Cyrus have a lot to do with the opponent having to fall asleep or something. But if you're able to activate those tiles, Cygnus with Cyrus is at number 2. Karen is at number 3. Marnie's Power Tripped is at number 4. By the way, these are with Dark Zone active again, by the way. And then number 5 is Summer N with 3,886,614. So those are the numbers in terms of DPS, or max possible damage. And then in terms of nuking the opponent, the highest one is Cygnus with Cyrus with 24,437,246, followed by the Mask Royal, followed by Sydney, followed by Summer N, who takes 4th place, followed by Fall Hilbert, who, let me just hide myself, has 8,335,750. So, what do we have to conclude here? Summer N is decent, but I guess if you have Cygnus with Cyrus, the Mask Royal, or Sydney, you probably do not need Summer N. In fact, Sydney and the Mask Royal's combo of Brutal Swing. Wait, is it? Let me... Brutal Swing, there it is, guys. Brutal Swing, not Breaking Swipe. The combo of the Mask Royal and Sydney's Brutal Swing is strong enough to destroy any opponent, any dark type stage. If you put Signasuit Cyrus in any team, any off-type team, you can destroy any stage at all with infinite sleep chain. Summer N does not exactly bring anything new to the game. Snarl is already there for a while. You know, you already have a couple of sync pairs that can lower accuracy. I think the only new thing about Summer N is the whatchamacallit? Let me just look at here. Q Cutter 2, which if the opponent misses, you have a 30% chance of reducing your sync move countdown, because if I'm not mistaken, what I always see is Q Cutter 1. I think this is the first time I've seen Q Cutter 2, but I might be wrong, guys. So, should you scout or should you skip Summer N? Scout if you love Summer N, or if you love N, or if you love his outfit. Scout if you really need a dark type sync pair. Scout if you're collecting everyone. Scout if you're collecting all the seasonals or all the limited outfits, limited sync pairs. Scout if you have a lot of gems and you don't mind spending money or something. Or Scout, let me know in the comment section why you want to scout for Summer N. A lot of people like N. So, a popular character. Tell me your reasons why you want to scout. Why do you want to skip? Skip because you have Signasuit Cyrus, which can destroy everything. Skip because Karen is finally getting a 6-star EX form, but then Karen does not have any sync move multipliers. Skip because the Mask Royal and Sydney are super strong and they're in the Spotlight Scout. You can scout them anytime. Skip because the anniversary, the 3rd year anniversary is coming. Skip because you have been shafted on the Signasuit Johto trio. Skip because you do not like N. Skip because I do not know what else why you want to skip. Probably you just want to save up. You just don't like N. You just don't, I don't know. You don't like Zoroark or something. And yeah, that's that, guys. But overall, again, as I always say in all my videos, do this. And these videos, these info that I'm sharing is just there for you to give you a guiding light on what these sync pairs are capable of, and what, you know, give you a nice idea if you want to scout or skip. And if you are curious, if you want to watch me scout on Summer N, see an actual thing, actual him in action, then tune in to my live stream where I try to scout for him. But then, here's the thing. Tomorrow or later is actually our new president's inauguration. And I've been informed by my dad and my family that internet connection will be intermittent. The telecommunications companies are gonna kind of mess up the signal because of security issues and stuff like that. So I cannot promise that my stream will be decent or something. Just in case I could not stream, I'll just record my scouting and upload it for you guys, and then do a feature video and so on and so forth. But that concludes my thing. And again, he's the first out of the 4 sync pairs that are coming up. I cannot wait to discuss the others. In fact, I'm kind of confused how to discuss Summer Hilda. She's a little bit confusing to discuss for me. Gonna see if I have enough time to discuss Summer Hilda, because next few days are gonna be busy. But that's it. And if you want to see how many gems we can get, and if you haven't seen this yet, do check out this video. And I have also another video. How many gems can we get before the Signasuit Johto trio end? So check that out as well. But thank you very much for watching this. Please do hit the thumbs up button. I'm doing this, I'm recording this at 5:33 a.m. and I should probably go to bed right now. But I'm gonna edit it and I'm probably gonna sleep before 7 a.m. and wake up just in time for the scouting and so on and so forth. And if you haven't subscribed yet, there's the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? If you want to become a member of my channel, help this channel grow, celebrate, have fun with us in the live chat as well as in the comment section, you can click on the join button. And those who are active in chat and comments and everything, if any of my members would want to gift memberships, you might become one of the lucky recipients if you're active in the channel. And thank you everyone for your generosity. I have received quite a lot of love in my gem count video. Not only have you given super chats, memberships, super thanks, I've also received a donation on Patreon. Thank you guys, not Patreon, Coffee. Thank you all so much for the support. Really appreciate it. If you want to help me out financially, there are links to my Patreon and Coffee pages in the description. My Patreon is super outdated. I am sorry. And you can become a member as well. So, that's it. Thank you to my awesome members of my channel. Thank you Shadow, Phil, Aryan Sink, Alcin, Roy, Luca, Jeremy, Arima, Sasri Ambrion, Marcella, Lance Nice, Iwiz, and Tatsuya Gold for all your support, as well as all my past members. If you want to become a member, there's the button. And welcome to all members who have been gifted. Hope you stick around. With that said, this is Sol, also known as Spielgum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. You're this team's called Grunt. And I will see you in the next video. Rawr.